Have you ever tried to run from something God placed in your heart? Maybe it felt too hard, too uncomfortable, too much. Jonah felt the same way. He was a prophet, someone God trusted to carry his message. But one day Jonah faced a mission that tested his obedience more than any before. In a land of ancient times, there was a man named Jonah, known for his wisdom but was sometimes stubborn. He was about to face a great challenge. Jonah was very kind. People in the city came to him for help because he was wise and gave good advice. He loved talking to God and prayed a lot, showing that he really cared about being good and kind. One sunny day, God spoke to Jonah.
Jonah, you must go to Nineveh, a city lost in wickedness. They do not believe in me, and their evil ways have reached me. In 40 days I will destroy Nineveh unless you change them.
Jonah didn't want that job. He didn't want to warn them. In his heart, he believed they deserved to be punished. He was angry at them and maybe even afraid. He wanted justice, not mercy. And so Jonah made a choice. He ran. Instead of heading to Nineveh, boarded a ship going in the opposite direction toward Tarshish, far away. As the ship sailed into open waters, Jonah went below deck and fell asleep, trying to forget everything. But God saw. The sea began to churn. Dark clouds gathered. Winds picked up speed. The waves grew taller and stronger. The sailors on the ship had weathered storms before, but nothing like this. They panicked. They cried out to their gods. They threw cargo overboard to lighten the load, but the storm raged on. While they struggled above deck, Jonah slept below until the sailors found him and woke him up. Everyone was afraid. No one knew what to do. Eventually, Jonah admitted it was his fault. He was running from God, and the only way to calm the sea was to throw him into it. The sailors didn't want to, but with no other choice, they lifted Jonah and cast him into the deep. The moment he sank beneath the surface, the storm stopped. The sea grew calm, silent, peaceful. But Jonah kept sinking, down, down into the darkness. And just when all seemed lost, a miracle. God sent a great fish, not to punish Jonah, but to save him. The fish opened its mouth and swallowed Jonah whole. Inside the belly of the fish, Jonah sat in total darkness. He could hear the heartbeat of the sea, the groaning of the deep, the churn of water all around him. Time passed slowly. One day, then two, then three. Jonah had nowhere to run now, nothing to do but think, remember, pray. He remembered God's goodness, God's power, God's mercy, even to him, someone who ran. In that place of stillness and shadows, Jonah cried out. He thanked God for sparing him. He admitted his wrong. He promised to follow through. God heard him. The fish rose toward the surface. It swam to the shore and, with a mighty motion, spit Jonah out onto dry land. Covered in seaweed, soaked in salt, Jonah knelt in the sand alive. This time when God said,
Go to Nineveh,
Jonah went. He entered the massive city, crowded streets, tall buildings, loud voices. Jonah began to walk through the city, announcing God's warning. 40 days and Nineveh will be destroyed. People stopped to listen. They didn't argue. They didn't laugh. Something about Jonah's presence, his message, his seriousness, touched their hearts. Word spread quickly. The news reached the king of Nineveh. He stepped down from his throne, removed his royal robes, and sat in ashes. He ordered everyone in the city to fast, to pray, and to turn away from evil. Even the animals were covered in sackcloth. And God saw. He saw their hearts, their sorrow, their repentance. He saw that they were willing to change. And so he changed his plan. He showed mercy. He forgave them. He spared their city. But Jonah was not pleased. He went outside the city, found a quiet place, and sat down. He was angry, not because God had failed, but because God had forgiven. He still believed Nineveh deserved to fall. He didn't understand how God could be so patient, so forgiving, so kind. God let Jonah sit with his thoughts. As the sun beat down on him, God caused a leafy plant to grow up beside him, giving him shade. Jonah was glad for the plant, but the next day God sent a worm, and the plant withered. Then came a hot wind. As Jonah grew faint in the heat, God spoke to Jonah's heart.
You're upset about a plant that you didn't grow. Should I not care about Nineveh, a city full of people who don't know their right hand from their left? Should I not love them too?
Jonah had no answer, and the story ends not with Jonah's reply, but with a question for all of us. What kind of God do we believe in? One who punishes or one who pursues? One who condemns or one who saves? Jonah's story is not just about a man and a fish. It's about a God who sends storms to get our attention, but also sends mercy to heal our hearts. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.